That should be pretty spot on.
It should be fine.
Well, you're definitely on the green. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that was so close.
This is Mario Golf, the 1999 video game made for the Nintendo 64, being played in 2025 by two complete strangers. This was part of my challenge to beat Mario Golf for the N64. See, Mario Golf has no official way of beating it. Sure, there's some things that trigger the credits, but there's really no definitive end to the game. That's why I came up with this. Let me break this down so it's easier to see. For me to consider Mario Golf as being beaten, I needed to unlock every character, complete every ring challenge, get a birdie on every single hole, get par on every mini golf course, get par below on all 6 tournaments, and play golf with a stranger online. It gets more complicated than that, but yeah, the rules are set. This is my journey of beating Mario Golf for the N64. Unlocking every character should be pretty straightforward, as there's a mode called Get Character, but of course, it's not that simple. Let's go into the mode itself first. You challenge a new character, and whoever wins a hole gets a coin. If you're the first to 9 coins, or majority of coins if there's ties, you get that character. If you have less coins, you don't. It wasn't long into this mode before I realized, oh gosh, this is ridiculously tough. I mean, these computer players are rather relentless, playing basically flawless golf while I goofed.
Oh, too bad.
I just started this challenge and I already felt like things were hopeless. Whatever could I possibly do?
That's right, we're gonna cheat.
So, the Switch 2 has a rewind feature that let me mulligan any shot or hole that I wanted. It surprisingly didn't take out the fun of it. In fact, it actually made it more fun for me. The stress of blowing a putt went away. The most fun part of this game is getting crazy shots and seeing what you need to get it in the hole. So instead of having just one try at it and that's it, I could try over and over again until I finally made that perfect shot.
Chip in. Nice birdie.
Turns out, the computer player cheats too. So Bowser is the last and toughest character to unlock in this mode. I cheated as little as possible, but was still up by 1 coin on the 18th hole when he sunk this unhumanly possible shot to get an eagle, tie us up, and send us into sudden death. Now, I eventually won, unlocked him, and then realized there's 3 empty character slots here. Where the heck do you get these? You have to complete 30 ring hole challenges in ring mode to unlock Donkey Kong. There's just 6 other challenges after that to do them all, so I made that my goal. Ring challenge is one of those modes that didn't need to be there, but the game is better because it is. The goal is to make par on a hole to complete the challenge. The twist is having to hit the golf ball through one or multiple rings to win. It's obvious that a lot of thought was put into each one of these. The designers put rings in unique and tricky spots that made me really rethink my approach. Donkey Kong is great, but there's still 2 empty slots. Where the... You have to get a birdie on 50 tournament holes to unlock Maple, and all 108 holes to unlock Metal Mario. There's 4 other characters that can be transferred from the Game Boy Color Mario Golf game through the N64 controller transfer pack, but Switch Online doesn't have this, so I'm sticking to the birdies. This was probably the most fun I had with the game, just resetting shots and holes to get that 1 under par. This is also where I notice how nice the CRT filter is for the Switch 2. Characters are only made out of a handful of polygons, and it makes them look sharp and jaggedy, while the CRT filter smooths this out. It also makes text less blocky and presents the game in a much more originally intended way. Bowser's extra long distance made it easier to cut out a stroke on a hole, and I used him for all 108 holes. This is also where I ran into the game's most major issue, but I'll save that discussion for the next section, which is... Putting is the worst aspect of Mario Golf. Putting has 3 modes: short, medium, and long. Short is actually decent, but it is flawed in that I had to be very close to the hole in order to use it, and hills and angles can really change the trajectory of the ball. Medium is the worst, and unfortunately what I had to use the most. It hit my ball way too hard. It would make sense for the short range to end halfway through the medium putt, allowing it to go twice as far. But the short goes to just 1/3 of the bar, making the medium putt 3 times as powerful as the short. Meaning, even if I lined the putt up right and got very close to the right power, it will likely be too strong and I tink the ball out of the hole. And long, well, long was completely unusable the entire game for me, as it was wildly overpowered, and I only used it for a couple mini golf holes whenever I was frustrated. I know it's odd to put this here, but this really is the best spot. I was going to give Mario Golf a final score of 93 out of 100, but the poor quality of its putting and the rigidness of its swing system has made me give Mario Golf a final score of 89 out of 100. Oh, too bad! So for the mini golf game itself, the goal is to get par on its 2 18-hole courses. The courses started off as numbers, and I'm like, okay, well what's gonna happen when we get to course 10? Okay, but the second set of courses will be different, right? Joking aside, I am glad this mode is here. It adds an hour of different gameplay that wouldn't be in the game otherwise. Of course, I didn't let myself cheat here by redoing every stroke, but if I didn't get par on a hole, I did allow myself to rewind to the beginning of that hole. This was the half step into the next part of the challenge, because for the next part, no cheating was allowed at all. It may seem like a joke, but this is where the game really began for me. I played Mario Golf for 27 hours and 15 minutes, and over half my time was spent on this one challenge. The goal is to get par below on all 6 tournaments with absolutely no cheats. At this point, I felt like I had the mechanics down and was actually feeling pretty confident about this. I booted up the first tournament and got a +6. I got pretty discouraged. I felt like scrapping the whole game and this video altogether. The only thing that pulled me out of it was the mulligan. You see, you can have a great run, but one tiny mistake and the whole thing is ruined. So I allowed myself to redo a stroke, once, on just one of the 18 holes. This is what got me through this. Then each tournament became its own journey. I knocked out course 1 in a few tries. By course 2, I had gotten really efficient, almost like a computer was playing the game. An 18-hole attempt took me around 10 to 15 minutes to complete. After a number of these, I got through course 2. Course 3 was surprisingly the easiest set of courses for me. Sure, if I had goofed a shot, I would have been punished, but at this point, I was a machine. It only took me 2 attempts, and I didn't even use a mulligan on that second attempt. Course 4 was unknowingly my hardest challenge in the game. Yes, I was landing on the green 1 or 2 below par every hole like I should, but all the greens were bumpy, hilly, curvy, making for insanely hard putts. It's not going in unless it's right next to the hole. This made birdie putts turn into a par putt and then turn into a bogey putt. I challenged this course again and again and again, eventually squeaking out a miracle run.
Chip in. Nice birdie.
Course 5 ended up being way easier than expected. It was my hardest course in my birdie challenge, but it had far less crazy greens. So it only took a few earnest attempts to get through it. Course 6. Man, Course 6. This is the special course everyone thinks about in Mario Golf, where each hole is shaped like an iconic Mario character. Simply put, the front 9 is way harder than the back 9. I already had been resetting runs if they started to go bad early on, but Course 6 took this to a whole new level. On average, I would say I had to kill 5 to 8 attempts in the first 9 holes before I had a run that was good enough to attempt all 18. It took some time, but I eventually got a crazy start with a -3 at the half turn. Then I juggled bogeys and birdies in the back 9 to end on a -3. At this point, I felt satisfied with Mario Golf, but there was one more challenge I had to meet. Challenging someone to Mario Golf was a hard problem for me to solve. None of my friends had the capability of playing with me, so I knew I'd have to play a stranger. I asked myself, how do I get a stranger to play Mario Golf for the N64 with me? Easy, I'll watch someone streaming it on Twitch and message them to join. Except no one plays this game on Twitch. I tried messaging streamers of the newest Mario Golf game, but they were in the middle of tournaments. I went to the Mario Golf Discord and asked for help there, but got stood up on. I tried other gaming Discord forums, but my request was unnoticed or lost in a sea of comments. I thought about giving up on this challenge, and honestly, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal if I did. But when I thought about it, I became really depressed, because I felt like I was giving up on more than just a challenge. I felt like I was giving up on myself. That's when I found the Reddit community r/MarioGolf. I posted my flyer there and got a hit.
Vitão, but you can call me Vital, whatever you want. Cool. Hi, hello, YouTube.
No.
Oh my god. Oh, I literally clicked it. I literally clicked it. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
Jesus. My first Mario Golf actually was this very same one.
Ooh, that might be too
I
much.
think this is a birdie. No, I think this is a birdie.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Vito is a retro gamer who pursues Reddit. He actually had some experience with the game and legitimately won in our scrimmage. Although this might be because of all the lag.
Oh no. I definitely hit it.
Damn.
It just didn't register my input.
I was going to talk more about this, but something crazy happened. Reddit kept responding. I ended up meeting Jonah, who is undeniably the most active Mario Golf for the N64 player today. He invited me to the Discord server he made. Sure, it's a smaller server with around 6 active members, but I can personally contest that it is very active and they play Mario Golf every single day. I can't believe I get to say this, but yeah, I linked his Discord server in the description and pinned comment. You can literally click on it and play Mario Golf on the N64 with a live human being today.
Ooh. Oh my god. That was so close.
For good measure, Vito, Jonah, and I scrimmaged a few holes together online. We discovered that the lag was due to Vito living outside of the United States, and that the game ran flawlessly for Jonah and I who were on Switch 2s. Which, yes, this was a genuine discovery for the Mario Golf community, as the Switch 1 has always had a little lag, and this is the first time Mario Golf was played online with Switch 2s. It's crazy to think for a game that I thought was dead, there is an active community and can be played online at any time. All I can say is, thank you, r/MarioGolf. There's 2 reasons I made the challenge to play someone online. One was to genuinely show something cool that can be done today with an old game, but the second was so I could tell you this story. For my birthday, I wanted to play 18 holes of golf with my friend, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get it to work. I ended up getting a Switch 2 with Mario Golf for my birthday instead. In my life, I have this reoccurring feeling, which is I want a Coke, but all I have is a Pepsi. I wanted real golf for my birthday, but I got Mario Golf instead. I know that some people may feel the same way about their own life as well. All I can say is this. I had way more fun playing Mario Golf than I ever would have on an actual golf course. This is the lesson I'm learning in my life. Ride the wave and enjoy that Pepsi.
Yeah. Even with the lag, this game is fun.
I can't figure out this game at all. This game is really hard.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't know you could cancel it. Wow. Nice.
I think we know who's gonna win.
Yeah, I'm gonna get destroyed probably. Oh no, that's not gonna work.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait. No!
Oh.
No! That's sad, man. Come on.